Hello, I am Malika Gautier. I am in charge of partner marketing for EMEA at Pros, and I am joined today by Ramy Fares, who is the head of travel and retail at Microsoft in Middle East and Africa, and also by Kishore Balasubramanyan, who is the head of customer success and general manager for Pros in the Middle East and Africa region. Welcome, gentlemen. So Pros and Microsoft have been partnering for a long time. We've been helping a lot of different companies across various industries cope with their business challenges. And today we also help them thrive in their digital journey to help and better serve their customers. For those of you who don't know much about Pros, we are a global provider of revenue management, pricing, and selling solutions. And our solutions run on Azure and they integrate seamlessly with Microsoft Dynamics 365. So Kishore, could you tell us a bit more about Pros?
Yeah, so to talk a little bit about the Pros platform, what it is that it's basically a platform that's based on connected set of SaaS solutions that really helps enable the business leaders to implement a harmonized selling strategy. So buyers can easily and seamlessly traverse multiple sales channels without really bringing any disruption to the buying process. With the Pros SaaS platform, which you pointed out, is fully integrated with Microsoft's Dynamics 365 CRM, B2B organizations can deliver that harmonized omnichannel buying experience, which enables their customers to really move between different sales channels and not have any kind of disruption in the buying process. That's really where our solution comes into play. So we're really helping customers in the travel industry, industrial manufacturing, oil and gas, consumer goods, and beyond. And we're allowing the companies to really do what they do best, which is serve their customers, accelerate their revenue growth, and also be more profitable in the process.
Ramy, Microsoft and Pros have been partnering for a very long time. Could you give us your point of view as to why this is a strategic partnership, both globally and locally?
Absolutely. This partnership is one of the most important partnerships we have across Microsoft with a global software vendor of the size of PROS, considering the focus that PROS has across revenue management within multiple industries, from travel to retail to CPG to discrete manufacturing to multiple B2B industries. Microsoft has enabled PROS today, leveraging the power of emerging technology to further accelerate the product roadmap by embedding AI and machine learning capabilities into the PROS-enabled platform for optimizing revenue management. And this has been enabled through our wide presence of the Azure data centers across 60 regions, available through 140 countries, which has enabled us as well to further bring the best of both worlds to our customers together, which has enabled us at the end to create more satisfied customers, which has enabled us to accelerate the transformation journey for customers. From travel, we have been enabling multiple airlines across the region as well as globally. We have enabled as well PROS to better serve customers in the area of the B2B in discrete manufacturing as well as group conglomerates of the like of Siemens. They have been able through the power of machine learning, artificial intelligence to further optimize their CPQ process, configure price and quote to optimize their sales team's optimization performance across multiple channels. Perstop, which is a large conglomerate out of Sweden, they have been able to recover 1 million loss of revenue in terms of product pricing margin that have been leaked because of the pricing discipline before applying the PROS solution. So as you can see, the two companies coming together bring better practice to our customers across multiple areas and multiple industries, especially when it comes to the revenue management.
So indeed, as you mentioned, we have been working together a lot on the airline market, but also a lot now on the B2B side of business. Kishore, you do work a lot with Ramy in the region. Could you give us maybe the typical profile of the companies that you are helping together and their business challenges?
So, for instance, we think medium to large size companies in this region, primarily within the oil and gas sector, manufacturing, retail, distribution, consumer goods, we believe they can benefit largely from the Pros Microsoft partnership and especially the Pros platform. Some of the key challenges that we are seeing companies in this region are trying to solve is really to digitize and automate their sales process. A lot of these companies here rely mostly on their internal pricing teams. Most of the tools are quite antiquated, could be Excel-based tools, and not really having a lot of science and any kind of artificial intelligence into those tools that they already have today. This is really where we think both Microsoft and Pros can come together and help these B2B companies accelerate their digital transformation strategy. So we really want to focus on how to transform their pricing and revenue strategy so that the companies can deliver that omnichannel sales experience that we talked about earlier, so that their customers can be more profitable.
Okay, yeah, and to your point, there is no doubt that the pandemic has had a very strong impact on, the entire world and all of the industries. And one in particular is the distribution and industrial distribution. And so we have this very striking example of our customer Saint-Gobain in Europe. They have seen our online sales jump from 10% pre-COVID up to 80% during the pandemic. And so this is a real good example of how it's very important for companies to implement some sort of online strategy. Ramy, what would be your advice for other industries such as retail and CPG, for instance?
Interesting. So I think, as you rightly said, Malika, the pandemic has left us with long-lasting impact in terms of consumer behavior that is going to stay with us longer than what we expected. So we have seen a huge hike as well on online sales, not only across Europe, but as well in markets like UAE and Saudi, thanks to the financial inclusion, thanks to the penetration of smartphone, thanks as well to what retail and CPG have done and put together in terms of last mile delivery. So in few months, as retailers and CPG have seen an increase worth of 10% on the online sales, an increase that they would have forecasted pre-pandemic to happen over a period of 2 years. So I think the pandemic is giving retailers and CPG as well as multiple B2B business the opportunity to reimagine the business. And there is no area to reimagine the business better than creating a data-driven organization, and specifically around an area related to pricing. We need to make more informed pricing decision moving forward. And the reason behind that is backed by, for example, research done by McKinsey and Co. before across 1,200 global companies, that they found out that if they raise their price at 1%, considering constant demand being in place, you will probably increase your operating margin by 11%. So there is a huge opportunity for key brands to capture into by further improving and sharpening their execution on pricing strategy, by embedding data into their pricing strategy, by embedding AI and machine learning for them to better understand what if scenarios at large, for them to better price their product across multiple channels, to deliver on the concept of omnichannel, to deliver on serving their customers through multiple channels where they prefer to interact with the brands. So I think Pros and Microsoft are very well positioned to help and unbundle this business problem and this business transformation piece for our customer to realize the value that is sitting for them in there.
Thank you, Ramy, and thank you, Kishore. That was a very insightful conversation. Thank you all for watching. You can visit pros.com if you want to learn more, and you can also contact us if you have any questions or queries. Thank you and take care.